Hello, my name is Mark Latham. I wanted to pick up a branding iron heater, and the ones that I found online didn't seem to be durable enough, so I decided to build one. And this is what we have to start with. We're part of the way through the process. We've used an 8-inch quarter-inch wall pipe to start with. It's 24 inches long. What we've done is we've cut a hole out of the center of it that's about 6 inches by about 16 inches. We've capped the end of it with a piece of quarter-inch plate steel, and on the other end of it we have put a 1.25-inch pipe, and with a nut welded to the top of it for us to be able to slide a 1-inch pipe inside that we're going to run our propane through to heat. We're going to be able to adjust the location of the flame back and forth with that. We have taken a piece of 2-inch collar here, and we have added a propane jet to it that we're going to inject the propane from the side. We have the valve for that, and we have started producing the legs that we're going to put on the bottom of the 8-inch pipe. Here's the branding iron that we're going to heat. We're moving along nicely with this. I will bring you some additional information on it after we get further along. Thanks. Okay, here we are now. We're going to install, or we have installed, the bracket. It's upside down right now. It's going to hold the branding iron from falling out of the tube. We're in the process now of installing the legs. We're going to put 4 legs on this one, and we've already installed 2 of the legs. The other 2 legs are in a bracket that we've set up with spacing that will keep the legs where they're balanced. There's not a problem with them. I'm having a really terrible time with the iPad here. But you can see that we've got them clamped in where they're parallel, true. We'll place those on top of the pipe here in a minute so that we can weld those down. I'll show you how that goes. All right. This is the clamp setup that we use to get the legs correct. As you can see, we put them in an angle iron, use C-clamp on them, and we found the center, and we measured back both directions to make sure that the legs were parallel, and it made sure that our bracket that we have that's going to hold our iron is not out of balance either, so that the irons won't fall out and they won't move when they're inside, so we can put them in a hot spot. Okay, we've made some headway with it now. We've got the support for the bar, and we've got the branding iron in there. We've got everything roughed in. We've got the legs on the end of it. You'll notice that we've got bolts that tighten the legs up so that we can adjust them. We use 3/4-inch pipe for the stubs on the bottom of the 8-inch pipe, and we use 1/2-inch pipe for the legs, and we had to grind those a little bit to get those to slide in. And it's important for the branding iron that you've got it where it's balanced. As you can see, when he pushes that in, it goes in or out, and he can adjust it from side to side to get the branding iron in the middle of the heat for quick recovery, but yet it won't fall out. This is the end that we're going to put the gas in, and we have a 1-inch pipe that we're going to inject the fuel, the propane gas, into the center of it. As you can see, it goes in and out so we can adjust the location of the flame. We've got a nut welded to the top of that. We'll give you some further pictures here in a little bit on how the 1-inch pipe goes to the balance of the equipment. Okay, we have completed it at this point. We're ready to do the final video to show you how everything works and some of the minor changes that we made at the end. You'll notice that we added a 1-inch to 2-inch reducer at the end of the pipe. That's to help regulate the flame and make it a little straighter. We do have the end of it set up. We've got the gauge, and we've got the gas control valve. We've got the tank on it. We've already tested it. We're going to run it at around 10 pounds of air on that. We had to change the orifice. It was too large. The piece that we have here at the end adjusts the air for atomization down the tube that we have, and it runs the propane down here. We've got this nut that we loosen and we tighten to be able to slide the pipe in and out to change the location of where we actually want the flame at inside the tube. We added some wing nuts to the end of this area right here to be able to take the legs on and off a little bit easier. We have a small propane tank on here. This particular regulator that we have is a 0 to 30 pounds. It's probably a little stronger than we need. Probably 0 to 15 or 0 to 20 would be fine. These particular tanks have a valve in them when there's too much propane that's released at one time that they shut off automatically. This regulator seems to be adequate, but if the regulator was a little bit more finite, it would probably be a little easier to use. I believe we're going to go ahead and check it here a little bit and run another video of what it looks like. Thanks. Okay, we're running about 10 pounds of pressure on the gauge. The regulator setup that we have is working great. As you can see, it's heating the branding iron almost immediately. It appears at this pressure that it could probably heat 2 or 3 at a time without a problem. Rotate that over. You can see it turns it red hot in just a matter of a minute or less. It'll maintain that temperature. You can also adjust it for some illumination inside the actual heated area. You can get it very close to it. It's hot enough that actually seems to keep it moving through the mouth. So it works pretty well, very quickly, no problem. One last look at how the propane is actually coming out of the